Okay, we're the Ukrainian Oldtimers out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and I'd like to introduce the members of the band. This is Bill Sherberkyuk. On my far right, that's Taras Pelye, Steve Mick, Linda Shidlowski, and my name is Nestor Shidlowski.
Are you guys related?
Are you?
No.
Sort of. Yeah. But anyway, so we're excited to bring you the Perogy Dance, and somebody asked us one question: why the Perogy Dance? And you know, for years we probably do remember that Achy Breaky Heart was a big success for Billy Ray Cyrus. And we figured, gee, isn't that neat? And then all of a sudden came around Macarena, and then
wasn't it Cyrus, Chuck? I thought he was Ukrainian.
He was a little bit Ukrainian, I think.
BR.
And then there was the bird dance that became famous in Europe and migrated into Canada, of course. And we figured, you know what, with all the different weddings and socials and the dances that we do, we got to come up with a very unique dance. So we figured, why not pierogies? Everybody eats pierogies. Everybody loves pierogies. So I don't know, how did we all start panning this thing? Taras, we were...
Well, yeah, this came up with the idea. He said, guys, I got this song we want to do. It's called the Perogy Dance. Again, he played it and that, and he had some lyrics and it sounded good. But then, okay, what do we do with this Perogy Dance? What is it? You know, let's figure we got to have a dance.
We got to dance it.
We got to dance it somehow.
So then we figured it out, get some steps.
Yeah, then we figured, well, why don't we make it like you're making pierogies? So that's where the roll the dough came out, and the pinching, and
the patting, and the pinching, and all that kind of stuff, and kicking out the heels, and now the song is sweeping the nations. Everybody loves it. Various organizations, from community centers to church organizations, are booking the Ukrainian Oldtimers because they want to use this as a fundraiser. So what we do is we go out there and we teach all the folks that are attending these dances how to dance a Perogy dance, and then they all get on the floor and we all have a great time. So it's quite a festive song, and you know what? It's for all generations, both young and old, but also for all the various ethnic groups. So it's not only Ukrainian. I mean, it entails the Polish and the German and the Czech and everybody else in between. So it's one great dance, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah, we could have had it for the Germans, but we would have had to change it to the Varenica dance.
Right.
We figured,
So
enough. We'll just have to keep it
Perogy, And then Bill over here, he's the one that tooted on the saxophone on that song. Hey, Bill, what do you got to say?
Well, it's a good chance to play that saxophone once in a while, because that saxophone's mostly getting exposure, you know. But once in a while, I get to play that.
And there was some mold growing around.
That's
right?
what he
Well, it was getting rusty. We had to get out the 3-in-1 oil. So
This Perogy dance, is that what you call a line dance? Because you know, when I dance, I go in a straight line. You know.
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah. Not until you drink a half a bottle of whiskey, then you
Right
go all kind of
right
directions.
out the door, and we see
then we'll
keep going.
give you a line.
Yeah. And then Steve over here, he's the oldest of the Ukrainian Oldtimers. So,
Well,
I think Bill and I are about a week apart, if I remember.
So respect
But
your
you know,
elders.
one very important thing that Nestor forgot to mention was that, you know, the bird dance, we found that if we do something like that, especially if it's pigeons, they make you leave an awful mess on the floor, whereas pierogies are nice and clean.
yes. and you could freeze them and boil them. So
Yeah, but to do the Perogy dance authentically, really you should have that smetana around your mouth as well, you know, leaking down your chin.
And schmarka, too.
And schmarka would probably help, you know, because or else it's not really authentic.
you know
That's
what?
why the guys with the mustache, they just go underneath.
Yeah, that's
why we lick it up.
I can't do that.
Hey guys, you know what? The pierogies are the most economical meal on the face of the earth today. You could go to a store right now and buy 3 dozen for $1.77.
Yes, you can.
Buy yourself some bacon bits and fry up some onions and get some sour cream.
Yeah.
And there's your meal for about
hey,
$4.78.
Hey, don't forget Pepsi. You gotta have Pepsi
Oh
Cola.
yeah, Pepsi Cola.
Gotta have
Pepsi
Pepsi Cola.
Or in the Ukrainian
Cola
tradition, some real good
Sour
samohoinka or white lightning goes really well with it. They just slide down after that drink.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what? Before we used to always, there were a lot of people that wish they were Ukrainian. So I always said, you know, there's two kinds of people. There's the Ukrainians and those who wish they were. And we noticed the French, the Italian, and that when you mention pierogies or pareja, they go, we love pierogies. I mean, it doesn't matter what nationality you are. Everyone is exposed to pierogies. So that's another reason why we wrote the song, because it's available to everybody.
And of course, what goes to Perogy is another good Ukrainian staple food, and that's kubasa.
Oh, kubasa,
And
right.
the thing is, when you have Perogy and kubasa, everything comes to an end except kubasa. It's got two ends. Don't forget that.
And we also have to mention that a lot of ethnic Ukrainian people out there, they don't call them perogy, they call them vareniki, but we are very limited in our vocabulary, so we try to keep it to 3 syllables instead of 4. So the vareniki, the perogy are ones that you bake in the bake oven. So really, somehow it got translated when all our ancestors came to Canada. We started to call them perogy. But they're really called vareniki in Ukraine, and perogy are those big ones that you bake in the bake oven. And like I said, now we get into 4 syllables, we run into problems.
Yeah, but that's too hard to say anyways.
What?
Vareniki. I mean,
That's
come
what
on.
I mean, 4 syllables.
You know, if you have
Yeah,
a
Linda
couple
studied the
grades,
whole day for
yeah,
to
all
say
day
that.
of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't forget, guys, there's a variety of different pierogies. How many of you, of course, are familiar with the potato and cheese? Then there's the potato and onion. Then you could have the blueberry, the cabbage, of
You can
course.
have a prune,
And Saskatoon, wild Saskatoons are
Saskatoon.
great.
No,
sauerkraut.
You gotta have it
Sauerkraut,
with
right,
mock,
okay.
poppy seed.
Oh, and the
poppy
poppy seed,
seed.
of course.
Oh, that's the best.
And let's don't forget rhubarb. Somebody said they even tasted something out of rhubarb and strawberry. So there are even what they call dessert pierogies on the market.
Cherry.
Maybe
I've
even
tasted
cherry.
cherry.
Yeah, cherry, yes.
Cherry,
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah,
have
absolutely.
done it with
Yeah.
nice whipping cream.
But you know, we have to emphasize one thing, that on our Perogy Dance video, I mean, there were young and there were old. Everybody that was
In
enjoying
between.
it. And I talked to some people that are at the seniors' homes, and they've been listening to it, and sure enough, they use their walker and they use their cane, and they're going through all the motions of the Perogy Dance.
So it's
And
gonna be like
even
an
our
aerobics.
young ones, we have a young granddaughter, okay, and she's stomping away. She's not old enough yet to dance, but
2 and a
she's
half.
stomping away to the beat of the Perogy Dance. So it is contagious, and we think this thing is going to go places. Maybe, I don't know, we're talking about maybe being on the Ed Sullivan show, but of course that's before our time. And then
We're gonna go in the past.
How about Lawrence Welk? You know, that's already
Yeah.
going on
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah.
So, but you never know.
Don Cherry he wanted to interview us, but we turned it down.
Yeah. Well, even Letterman wants to book us on the show, but we said, Letterman, come up with the bucks
The
first.
bucks
you know,
won't
like-
fly out.
So anyways,
That's why we wrote it.
the Perogy Dance, we hope that everybody enjoys it
Yeah.
as much as we enjoyed writing it and playing it for you. So do enjoy it. It was great, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the
Enjoy it, yeah.
Perogy Dance.
Hey!